Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're doing well. In this video, I'm going to run through how to find every single token that is launching at the moment and hopefully find a winner. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to show you how I use DexScreener to find new tokens that are launching. Basically, every single token that has gone live and people are actually buying it, I'm going to be able to find it. And it basically scans the whole blockchain. You can filter it however you want. We're going to look at BSC, we're going to look at Chronos, and we're going to actually see if we can find something worth buying. That's the main thing. And I'll run you through my thought process so you know exactly why I wouldn't buy a particular token. So I'm most familiar with BSC, so we're going to use that as the first example. So we're going to just go on DexScreener, click BSC, and every single token comes up. So we're going to click the rank and filter section, and we're going to go by pair age, which means how long they've been alive, and we'll go to ascending, and we'll just use that as the normal filter for now. This should, in theory, show us everything that's particularly launching. Now, one of the easiest ways to look is to look at the 5 minute and the hour bit. Ignore this 6 hour and 12 hour because these are just released. I want to see the transaction amount. If it's 820, it's probably not doing too well. And we want to look like something like this, 350. And the other thing I look at as a quick scan is to make sure these numbers are not the same. Because if they're the same, that means there's a honeypot. There's probably no cells involved as well. So something like this, it was up to 129%. It's down a bit, and there's 44k volume, which is pretty good. So I want to have a look at that and see what's happening with that. Yeah, this is one of those dodgy ones that they pump a lot into the liquidity. I mean, look at that liquidity and that many buys. It's ridiculous. So we'll go back. We'll filter it a bit more, charismatically, and we'll put 1,000. Actually, we'll put 2,000, and we'll put $200. That may give us a better filter range on that. So this has picked up a test token, Elon Tweet Boss. Let's have a look at that. Again, this is 140k market cap. Probably just by looking at the names, I can probably pick out something semi-decent. Milky USD. Possibly, but it's taken a bit of a dump. That might have been a rug. Yeah, doesn't look like a rug, but there's some questionable buys. I mean, it's take some real sifting through with this. Back to BSC, no. And it just shows you the scope of how many tokens are actually launched. This one doesn't look too bad, in a sense. You might want to look and see if you can find a Telegram before coming in on one of these. Another thing you can look at is either using one of the safe scan or honeypot, for example, and it's showing it's not a honeypot, so there's a quick click, which is nice. And also you might want to search Twitter. It will search it with if anything came up. Probably not, because it's such a small new token, but it seems like it's doing well. So this could potentially be something where you might want to buy if you're into the low cap degens. So all in all, you must approach this method with caution. However, you can get some real bangers on this, because if you get in on the ground at 590k market cap, $590 market cap, you can absolutely make a killing if that goes to 20k. Even if it goes to 5k, you can do pretty well. And this one, we'll just watch it for a bit. It seems like it's doing okay. Space one, I don't know what that means. We can delve in and just have a little look, and how I would look a bit deeper if this was of interest to me. BSC scans down for some reason. Well, BSC is down at the moment. BSC scan, unfortunately. But I would delve deep into it. So 37 holders, not too bad. I want to look at the holder numbers now and see how many people hold certain percentages of the wallet. See what everything looks like. I'll check into what the owner's doing as well while I watch the chart. This is what I would do if I'm looking for something really good. Sometimes you can pick up tokens that are really pumping. So if we can filter this to the 5 minute, it's obviously going to pick up all the big ones, but Cat Football, 2K market cap, not too bad. Probably not no marketing going on. It's just launched and then that's it really. Um, but potentially this it did dip and it did pump back. So if that emulates it or copies it, we could potentially look at something pretty good. So it's for you to play about with and sort of judge for your own. I think it's very high risk if you don't have much experience. Always look at the liquidity. If the liquidity is too low, probably chances are it's not going to do too well. So I hope this has given you insight. By all means, go into the rank and filter section, play about with it. You can say, oh, I want something that's launched in the last 2 hours, or I want the transactions to be between 50 in the last 3 hours, because that shows there are actually people looking at it and buying it rather than people just buying the launch. So you might want to find something that, I don't know, regardless of liquidity, we can put 5k max liquidity, and we can say we want something 1 hour old, and we want it to be between 4 hours old. That might give us some selection of what is doing okay. That's straight up rug pulled. That's, see what I talk about, the same percentage. These ones I tend to avoid those in a way, for obvious reasons. When was the last transaction? Ages ago. They probably honeypotted or froze it. So you can pick up some really good ones, like I said, but chances are you probably won't pick up anything super hot. Again, going back to this one, still $600 market cap. But fingers crossed you could pick something up nice. But yeah, use DexScreener. It's the new version of moonarch. I prefer it. It's got all the features you need. You can just quickly click here and see if it's a honeypot. We can go here and double check what this is. See if it gives us a honeypot reading. So it's got an 8% buy and a 4% sell. Bit of a strange one. But I always check at the 1 minute chart. $140. This is just someone messing about. So I always check at, liquidity's been pulled as well. So yeah, it's a minefield out there, but fingers crossed you can get some real bangers on here. And I've done it many times before where I've got in on the ground and it's gone to 30k from a pump. So yeah, when you're investing in these type of tokens, I would put nothing more than $10 in, if I'm honest. Because if that $600 goes up to $5,000 market cap, which isn't hard, it doesn't need a lot of cash into it injected, a few Telegram calls, and you'll be there. A bit of a shilling from the community, and it's already up there. You can probably be sitting on a few $100, depending on when you got in and how much you put in, maybe even $100. So if you put into 10 tokens, $10, you're expected to get at least one win to break even, if something hits 5k market cap, because this is super high risk, good reward. But always check out if there is a Telegram as well. So just quickly go on your Telegram and check. Maybe even a Google search might help, but chances are nothing's indexed for these new tokens, and they typically don't have a website. However, you can catch a good one. It does take some hours, but you'll learn along the way as you go, and it will help you spot better tokens even if you're not using this method. So I hope the video helped and it's not been too boring. If you've got any questions, let me know, and I hope to hear from you soon.